Oh, I mean, I feel very fortunate to grow up in this area. I mean, we have great cottage country. We have a great small city that, a lot of people are very giving in the city, and it's been one of those situations where when I did get a chance to go away and play pro, I had made that choice to come back and live here because of growing up here and because of the great people in this great city. I love living here. I mean, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
What do you remember about your minor hockey days? Because I mean, sometimes there's guys that are superstars since day one. You kind of know. I'm not sure that was quite the case with you, was it?
No, no. I felt that I always had to work as hard as I could to have success. I mean, for me, if I wasn't grinding and playing, a hard-fought game, then I probably wasn't going to make it. It wasn't because it was my skill set that helped me become pro. It was because of my work ethic and the just the mentality I'd have to go into with every game. There were games that were easier than others. I mean, when you're on top of your game, you're playing your A game and you're scoring goals and things are going great, but that wasn't what made me successful. Very interesting. In Bantam, I didn't play for the AAA team. I played for the B team, and Paul Bedford was my coach. We ended up going to the finals, winning the finals, and it was fantastic. And then I find myself the next year skipping minor midget, and Bill Juby was coaching the major midgets, and I went up and played major midget for them. So I mean, basically going from a B team, skipping a year, and playing up in a AAA team, and what a great experience. I mean, you're playing at a higher level. The kids are stronger, they're a little bit bigger, and I think that really helped me develop and learn how to compete at a higher level and not feel like I was the little guy, that I was learning to play at that speed. And I really feel that it helped me in preparation to getting drafted, to be quite honest with you. Luckily got drafted by my hometown. PTBO Pete's was a 9th round draft pick. Very shocked, surprised. And I got the opportunity to play a few games the next season. But the year after that was when I really got the chance to make the team, and that's when we have guys come in like Randy Burridge and Chris King and Darren Treloar and Sean Evans, and we had Scott Tottle and Kay Whitmore and Ron Tugnett and Terry Karkner. The list just went on, and so I think that it was a great opportunity for me at that time to come in with a younger team and. Wow, geez, I think we had 8 or 9 guys drafted to the NHL that year. So, I mean, it was a really great experience. We were successful, and Dick did a really good job teaching us the fundamentals of the game.
And then, Washington, that it comes up every time this time of year. Great playoff run. Let's start with that. I mean, let's talk about how that was that spring of what, 1990?
1990.
1990.
Yeah, I mean, I played 48 games that season. I played some games in the minors, started the season out in the minors, and then I ended up getting called up to Washington that year. And the biggest thing was that there was a coaching change. Terry Murray took over for Brian Murray. Terry had been coaching in the minors, so he knew me. He knew how I was playing. As the year went on, I'm playing third, fourth line, getting some opportunity here and there, but really working hard and trying to develop. We played New Jersey in the first round of the playoffs. I had a couple goals in the series. Had a big fight against Ken Danico, which was big for me. I mean, I wanted to make sure that the teammate stand up for teammates and have each other stand up for each other. Then we go into the second round against the Rangers, and Dino Ciccarelli blows his knee out. So I had worked, I had prepared, I was ready to go, and Terry Murray put me in a situation playing on a line with Jeff Courtnall and Dale Hunter, and things just took off. Got opportunity to play, played power play. I always killed penalties and played regular shift. There was no sitting around, believe me, and it was hard work. But that opportunity really helped solidify and get my foot in the door. I ended up scoring 9 goals in the Rangers series. Ended up scoring 14 goals in the playoffs in 15 games, and that's my calling card.
Well,
that's my calling card. And I played a long time. I played over 10 years in the NHL, but that is the one thing that people remember, and I'm very proud of it. And it's nice to have people talk about it, to be honest with you.
Yep. You just came up. I saw the anniversary of the winning in Coburg as a coach. You and Brent Tully was a big part of that as well. What did that mean to you?
We made a great run during the playoffs. We had a few injuries, so we didn't win, obviously, our league, but we did get to host. So we made some really good changes on our month off, and our team worked hard, and we were ready to play. We knew some tendencies that other teams had, which really helped us, and we ended up beating an amazing Brooks Bandit team that had a player like Cale McCarr on it. And it was a close game, but we ended up winning it in overtime. It was amazing.
It's quite the script, Hollywood script, if you will. Let's talk about Hollywood. Tell us the golf story. The time you were playing with Gretz, and who let you go at the turn.
Right. So we're playing at the Sherwood Country Club. I mean, this is a club that you go into the locker room and former U.S. presidents are members there, obviously big actors. And, I've seen Joe Pesci out there, Randy Quaid. And so we're finishing hole number 9. And Gretz is like, you know what, I'm going to go order lunch for us. You guys finish the hole here, and then, we'll go, we'll catch up on 10. So he comes driving back. He goes, listen, guys, we need to hurry up. We're going to play through in the next group. We're like, all right, sure. So Kevin Todd is in the cart next to me, and we're looking up at the tee box when we're driving up, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Sean Connery. We're gonna play through on Sean Connery. It's 007. He's like, I know, man, I know. He's like, be cool. So we got up on the tee box, and first 2 guys go, and they're hitting it down the middle, and Gretz shoots, and he hits one down a nice shot, and I'm like, well, at least somebody plays well under pressure. And Sean Connery's back there, and he goes, yes. Let's see how you play under pressure, son. Needless to say, my stomach jumped in my throat, and it just rolled off the tee. Basically, I missed the ball almost, and had a great opportunity to meet Sean Connery and shake his hand. But it was fun.
That's a neat experience. Speaking of golf, your first hole-in-one not too long ago, late last year, you aced the 16th hole here, I believe, at Peterborough.
Yeah. It was funny because I wasn't having a very good day, and playing with a couple of good friends of mine, Mike Darwin and Mike Ferrugia. We get on to the 16th tee box, and we're back at the Blues, and we're back as far as we can go. And I'm like, well, all right, it's about 195 yards, and so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pull out a 4-iron. Let's see what happens. And so the first 2 guys had already hit. I was the last guy in the group to hit, and I hit it really good, and I'm like, oh, that looks like not a bad shot. And I thought I was going to get to the green and do all right. And then my buddy's yelling, go in. So I look back, and I had a chance to watch it roll, just hit the pin and drop in the hole.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was excited about it. It was the first time. I mean, it wasn't like it was a 130-yard shot. It was a legit long shot, and I was happy with that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. And I was happy to show up right after and get a free drink.
You did. That's right.
That's why I remember it.
Yeah. No, I remember you coming by. Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was cool. And you had the Washington Capitals gear.
I did, actually. I sent a picture back to my peeps back in Washington. They're like the garb, man, like the outfit.
That's awesome. A couple quickies here before we wrap things up. Pedal for Hope is near and dear to your heart. You're the only, I believe, non-officer sort of to take part in that over the years.
Yeah, that was a circumstance that came about when my daughter got sick. This was back in early 04, 05, and the Cancer Society had let me know that these police officers were starting this ride and this tour. I really didn't know much about it, and I love cycling, but I really hadn't done a lot of cycling. Got to know the officers. They basically brought me in as one of their own, and ended up actually honoring me with an honorary police officer nomination, which was really cool. But yeah, no, this organization is great. It helps kids with pediatric cancer research. They ride. These officers take their holidays to ride 3 weeks a year, about 1,000 kilometers each year, and it's been going on over 15 years now, and raised almost $5 million. So I mean, it's been very successful. The kids love it. The kids love when we come to the school, and it's great to see their faces. They always say it's the best assembly of the year. So yeah, very proud to be a part of that.
Nice, yeah, great job. On a related note, have you ever got a chance to play Mark Habgood's course there in Norwood on his property?
It's a great one. He keeps calling me. We need to get out, but obviously we're trying to stay safe, with COVID and everything like that. But I'm going to go out there, and I'll hit a few holes there, and Haver and I'll have a good time for sure. Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Druce. Appreciate it. Proud that you're part of Hometown PTBO.
Thanks, Pete. I appreciate that.
Hometown PTBO with Pete Dalliday, presented by Trans Canada Nissan.